Let me tell you something. What I'm about to do today is something that I've been doing for a long time. I've been doing it for about 20 years of experience, and I have not met anybody that could outdo me in this. Today, I'm going to be ranking anime characters. Everybody has been pointing out that my mic looks huge. This is the SM7B with an enclosure. This is how my mic looks without my enclosure. The only thing is this makes it not so omnidirectional, so it doesn't capture all the audio around it. And this does a great job of making my room sound like it has sound panels, which it doesn't. Since everybody's been pointing out that my mic looks big and that it looks stupid, I'm gonna switch to a smaller mic. Alright, so I got my SM58 connected. I am ready to rank these anime characters, mainly main characters. That's what we're gonna do today. We're not gonna go into the whole spiel of side characters and because some anime the main character is kind of mid, but the side characters make the anime better. I'm just focusing on the main character itself. Alright, here on my left, we have our tier list system. It goes by S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and E tier. Now, before I continue on, I just want to say that this is 100% my opinion. So if this offends you or hurts you because your opinion doesn't line up with my opinion, that sounds like a you problem. We good? We good? All right, let's get started. You guys are probably thinking, oh, anime, main characters. You probably have a list of the ones that you want to see on this list. I'm going to go through some obvious ones. For example, the big four. Well, big three, but there's a fourth one that always kind of comes around, like the cousin that shows up every other season, like Christmas or spring break. I don't know. But we're going to start off with the big three. First off, we have the one and only Naruto. Okay? Now, let's go over Naruto really quick. There are two parts to Naruto, which is Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I have watched both Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, and I love Naruto, don't get me wrong. Storytelling is amazing. Concept is dope when they start throwing up gang signs, you know what I'm saying? And then, fireball comes out and stuff, and they're clothed with spiritual armor or whatever. Great concept. I love it. But Naruto as a character, when I watched Naruto, the first section, the first segment of Naruto, it was dope. He was a kid. I was also a kid, so I vibed with it. I definitely had this connection with this boy, and it was like just never give up, and I had this demon, this monster inside of me, and everybody hated me, and I had the I was best friends with the one that got everybody's attention or whatever, and everyone wondered why I'm friends with that person. Anyways, Naruto, my boy, I like him. He's cool, but it kind of got tiring hearing him say "Date bayo."
Naruto! Sasuke! Naruto! Sasuke!
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool. Like, he would get beat up, and then he would be like, oh, "Date bayo," and then he would have like the 3 strikes that would enlarge or whatever. And he got like the same move, which is the Rasengan, and then like it just gets bigger. I don't know. So and further down the line, they had to get even more creative, and it started changing shapes and then different color or whatever. I believe his attribute is the wind attribute, because that is kind of the whole entire thing about him. I would personally have to put Naruto in tier of a tier B. Okay? Cool. Starting off strong. This is my opinion, not your opinion, okay? We good? We good? Alright, cool. Moving on, we got another one of the big three. Here's also a classic anime that I also grew up watching. I didn't really watch it as much as I wish I did, only because, you know, I finished the first segment, but I didn't really get into any more. But who I'm talking about, it is my boy Goku. All right, listen. Okay, look, let me listen. All right. So Goku, my boy Goku, this dude, when I was a kid, back when I was YouTubing and Google, you know, searching up Super Saiyan 20. And I was like, oh my gosh, Super Saiyan 20? That's how it's gonna look like? Back when, you know, before even Saitama, before the whole feud of who's gonna win, Goku or Saitama, it was Goku versus Superman. And if you remember that, then you were part of the OG clan, you were part of the OG crew, because we was the one that was, we loved Goku. Goku set the standard for power level. We all know that, yes, Goku is very strong, he's very fast. This dude got the Kamehameha. What else? He got the Spirit Bomb. He got a Cloud, the Nimbus, that he never uses anymore, because all he has to do is just Goku as an anime, amazing. I love the concept. Artwork is pretty dope. There is, I believe, there's the Dragon Ball, and then there's Dragon Ball Z, and then Dragon Ball Super. Goku as a character, the character development that Goku went through is insane. I personally think that if you watched Dragon Ball growing up and you're in your 20s, especially mid 20s, if you were to really say like, oh, what is a character that you wish to be, it's this guy right here. All right. When Dragon Ball first came out, he was a kid who was very troublesome, and you know, he didn't know anything about the world. We were kids and we didn't know anything about the world. And then he grows up with us and he turns into an adult. He gets married, he has a family, but he's still trying to figure it out. A lot of like the ones that are in their mid 20s right now. You know, a lot of my friends that are mid 20s, they're on their second baby and then finally getting married, or, you know, getting their job promotion or whatever, but they're still that playful and they still want to go out and have fun. Because Goku, I'm not gonna lie to you, this guy solos, okay, but as a character, he's pretty, you know what I'm saying, he's unique. You know, you can't get another Goku. Very strong-minded, you know, he has that never give up. But that sounds like another person. And so with that being said, I'm going to have to also put him in a tier B, only because Naruto and Goku kind of had the same thing, the same vibe going on. You know, when Naruto became Hokage, that dude was still trying to figure it out. His whole entire dream was to be a Hokage, but he was still trying to figure it out. The third of the big three, which we all know, and the whole entire world is raving about it right now, and we're just wondering when is it gonna finish. And they've been OG fans, they've been watching since they were 2 years old, to the one that are too afraid or too they don't want to get into it because it's just so long, and it's just, you know, trying to hop onto a train that's going 150 miles per hour, it's a bit hard, right? It's very intimidating, but we know him, we love him. Some people hate him. I don't know. They try to say that other animes is better than this. Definitely not. It is my boy, Luffy, everybody.
Let's wrap it up.
Listen, Luffy, this is my guy, dog. This is my guy, dog. This is my homeboy. Luffy as a character is phenomenal. This dude, all I'm saying is, for the anime, One Piece, yes, it's long. But it's long because people want more. The day when One Piece ends, the world is gonna look a lot different. You see, Luffy, my man, this dude, like he's on a whole nother level, alright? And I'm probably glazing or whatever because this is my favorite dude. But this dude can stretch and that's all he does. He stretches, he does, barely the same 8 moves that he always does, and they evolve or whatnot. But the duality of this man, I mean, I'm talking about the comedy, I'm talking about the how silly he is, I'm talking about how childish he is, but he's also a captain, and he recognizes that he's the captain.
Look at me, sure, I'm the captain now.
If I were to work at another job and I could have anybody to be my manager, it would be this guy. If you're probably thinking like, okay, I need to understand a little more about what you're talking about, this guy is the Michael Scott of all anime. Very playful, like you don't know when to take him serious. This dude is acting stupid, like it's like as if he doesn't know what he's doing. But when business time comes, when it's time for business, this dude, when Luffy stops smiling, you better knock it off. You better knock it off. Whatever you're doing, you better knock it off. Oda, you created the one that everyone looks up to, and it's just such a great role model. It's not that deep, bro. It's not that deep. Okay? It is not that deep. But when it is that deep. And so with that being said, I gotta put my boy, I'm sorry y'all, this may be a little bit biased, but I gotta put my boy in the S tier. Okay? We cool? Are you cool? My opinion, not yours? Okay, good. My video, not yours? Alright, cool. Alright, we're gonna go into some other anime that may not be as big as this 3. But remember when I said that big 4? Because there's that cousin that always comes around, during the holidays or spring break or, once every great while. But it's your favorite cousin. You just forget about him until somebody brings him up. Person that I'm gonna be talking about is my man, Ichigo. Ichigo as a person, this guy's pretty cool. This dude had swagger, like this dude was like, you either become friends with him or you just avoid him at all costs. Like even when he was just a regular human being, this guy was knocking other dudes out, like for fun even. I think he was in high school. This guy, he is the definition of aura. Like you could tell when he walks into a room, like imagine if this dude walks into a room and you're just, whoa, why do I hear this music? What is this spiritual pressure that I'm feeling? Whoa. You just know it's my boy Ichigo. And so with that being said, I'm gonna have to put him in the A tier, only because I low-key did enjoy Bleach a little bit more than Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. Not saying that they're bad. B doesn't stand for bad. B stands for better than C. A stands for absolute unit, and S stands for stop trying, bro. It's the ranking system, not me. The ranking system. Okay? Alright, moving on. We're gonna go into some more anime that maybe you might have heard of, maybe you've never heard of. If you're a season watcher, you probably have heard of it and you've probably watched it too. If you just started out in anime, you probably heard of it, you probably not. It's all cool. I'm not no gatekeeper, alright? Talking about gatekeeping, for some reason in like 2019 there was like this whole new wave where like all of a sudden anime became cool again because of people going to the gym and they started posting Baki Hanma or whatever, and then a bunch of new anime watchers tried to join the OG club by trying to watch one of the vintage animes, and then they start watching and he finishes vintage anime, because it's not that long, but it's not short either. But they start talking about it like as if they've been watching it like all their lives and all, you know. It's the same people that used to tease the ones that used to watch anime back in the day, you know. Dude, back in the day watching anime, if you watched anime, you was a loser. You know what I'm saying? Like now all of a sudden it makes you cool. Like psh, come on dog. I'm not no gatekeeper, but like don't start acting like as if like, you know what I'm saying, you was watching it ever since you was young, when in reality it was just trending. The character that I'm talking about, that everyone for some reason just watches the anime and then claims to be part of the OG club, is my boy Gon Freaks. Look at this dude. Gon Freaks is the definition of do not test me. Like, he's genuinely a nice guy. Do not test me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine, like, Gon is that person that, you know, like, you love hanging out with, and he's the life of the party and whatnot, and you know, he's super cool, and you never expect him to ever get mad, and so you kind of take advantage of him, and then one day, you know, like, you keep pushing him and you keep teasing him, or you whatever, you keep pushing his boundaries, and one day he just snaps, and you know, you think he's joking around or whatnot, but he's not. You know, he goes, "I," you know, you push him to his boundaries, and he hits you with one of these that. This dude, now let me talk about the anime first. So the anime, I love the story. Great story. Okay. I love the concept too, you know. Hunters, being a hunter. Dope. Like this is probably the biggest anime about trying to get your driver's license. This kid, like in the anime, everyone has like powers, and like they come from like crazy descendants. I don't know, whatever they're like, it makes sense, you know. Like they got the whole like spike ball with that iron chain. This dude got a fishing pole. He was knocking dudes out with a fishing pole. Oh, you want to fight? Oh, dang. You got your weapons right there? You know, you got your weapons? What you got? Oh, a whole entire tank? Oh, what is that you got? What you fighting me with? Oh, okay. You fighting me with the whips that you know, shoots out thousands of volts? Huh. Here's my fishing pole. When he finally learned Nen, and then he was like, dude, I'm gonna make a move that is like, whatever. This dude is playing Jankenpo. His finisher, his one-hit KO is Jankenpo. With that being said, I have to put him into the A tier, because this guy is, because Gon, dude, this dude is respectable. All right, he got my respect. You know, at his age, doing all this stuff. And then I think in the end, when he powered up, for some reason he turned into like a full adult and his clothes barely fit him and his hair is sticking up. Yeah, that's called growing up too fast. Next up, we've got another good one that not a lot of people know about, but if you've been watching anime for some time, you've probably watched it, and it's pretty messed up. The person that I'm talking about today is going to be Edward Elric. The anime, I don't know, personally, it just gave me the creeps. Like, especially with the characters and stuff, they were kind of weird, and like the whole concept about like you know, crossing over into like heaven and hell, that's what it just seemed like to me, you know, like this whole barter and change, like, okay, if I want this, I have to give up this or whatnot, and it just seemed very dark. And personally for me, I don't like a lot of dark type of shows. I did watch it. I've watched it. I didn't really enjoy it that much. Like there was too much, like, it gives me the Courage the Cowardly Dog vibe. That, you know, the one episode where it's like, return the slab. It gave me that kind of creeps when I watched this anime, and I did watch it. Did I enjoy it? I tried to, but it was just a little weird. It didn't really sit well with me. But Edward as a character, now this guy is a short pipsqueak, but for some reason he's like really strong. This dude has a mechanical arm and leg because I believe he tried to do this. I think they were trying to revive his mom, I think, and then he had to, with that same price, he had to take back, or he had to give up his arm and one leg, and the other side that took the arm and the leg, there was this being that took it and put it on him for some reason, and then at the end he was chasing down the person that has his arm and legs, and then he finally gets it. But it's very dark. It's kind of weird. Personally, the anime, not really much for my taste. But Edward as a character, he was cool. He had some swagger. Like this dude, you know what I'm saying? Like he was cool. But I'm gonna have to put him on the E tier, only because I just wish that he was just a little better. Cool. We good? Cool. Moving on, I'm gonna bring up some high IQ characters from various other animes that you might have not watched. These guys are some high IQ characters. They're very smart, and I love high IQ anime, but with these two characters, I wish I could see them fight. They're just from two different animes, alright? First up I'm gonna bring up is from a classic, Homeboy Lelouch. Lelouch, the anime that he comes from, he's a super smart guy. I'm talking about like this dude skipped school and he could still pass all of his classes, and then he gets this thing with his eye that can mind control other people, and he uses that power to mess with the government and whatnot, and he uses that to lead this, I think they're like this rebel group or whatnot. Yeah, this dude is super smart. He plots and he plans, and he's always like 2 steps ahead, and he always tried to hide his identity, but at the end he got caught because he was pushed into a corner. But Lelouch, he was this kind guy up until he got the power, and then it started to change him. You know, he got kind of weird. He got let's just say his ego kind of got to the best of him, and he bit off a little more than he could chew, pretty much. Personally, he just got a little annoying towards the end, and so he's not really that big of a favorite of mine. But he's cool. Like he got the swagger. With that being said, I'm gonna have to put this guy at D tier, only because I just wish that he wasn't so. He was like Thanos. Yeah, he had the right idea, but at the cost of everybody else, if that makes sense. The next high IQ character that I'm gonna be bringing up into this ranking tier list is Light Yagami. If you guys have watched, you know, the anime that Lelouch is from, and you think that he's high IQ, you guys have never seen the work of Light Yagami. This dude, all he had was a book, and when he writes the name in that book, you know, that person dies. That's all he had. And there was other high IQ people that were fighting against him, which was L, and he was trying to figure out who's doing all these crimes and whatnot. And again, he was like Thanos, but smarter. And the thing about him was it was like his high IQ thinking is more of like in plain sight, you know, like the best place to hide something is in plain sight. He knows how to use other people's ego to his, I guess, gain or whatnot. This dude was reaping it up. Like he was I think he would watch the news, and then he would like hear news about like I think criminals, and he would write down the name of the criminals, and then they would die, you know, or like corrupt government people. He would write the name down of the corrupt government people, and then he would die. Like it's crazy. Just like the Lelouch, the power that he had, which is the book, it did kind of like, how do I say this, corrupt him in a bit, and he got a little too egotistic. Other than that, this dude had swagger, you know. Like look at him. Every time he would write, he would go. Again, I don't like dark types of shows, and I did watch it, but I didn't really finish it. I almost did, but it was just a little too out of my step for me. But with that being said, on the ranking scale, I would have to put him on the C scale. The reason why I think he's better than Lelouch is because Light revealed his identity at the end. Lelouch got caught. Like this dude was stressing out, and he was like being pushed to a corner. Light, he was like, oh shit, whatever, go and do that, whatever. Like he was so nonchalant about it, like they would never know. In the anime, Lelouch was a professional, like he was the prodigy of chess, okay, that he created chess 2.0. Light, on the other hand, if chess played a game, chess would play Light. Last but not least, I'm gonna bring up another one of my favorite, this anime. If you guys have been watching anime for such a long time, even especially as long as I have, then you've probably most likely have watched or read this anime. If not, it's fine too. But you know how I have One Piece on here, I have Luffy. You're probably thinking the person I'm gonna bring up is a swordsman, and you're probably thinking like, oh, who was the best swordman in the anime verse? Could it be someone from Demon Slayer? No. Could it be someone from Bleach? No. What about Zoro? Like Zoro could solo some of the other swordsmen? No. This right here, this man I'm about to bring up, is an anime that I've watched when I was a kid. This guy is the best swordsman of all time. And the person I'm talking about is my boy Kenshin. Samurai X. Kenshin is on a whole nother level, and the anime is quite lengthy, but the whole entire anime, you know how like in the beginning of an anime towards the ending, like the ops get stronger and stronger. In Rurouni Kenshin, yeah, the ops get stronger and stronger, but he didn't. He just was, this dude was fighting based level the whole entire time, right? Like in the beginning he was like, oh yeah, I gotta show this move, and all he does is just shows other moves that he already knew, but he was just playing at base level. At the end he was like, oh snap, the ops at the end are pretty strong, so you know what, like let me just go call up my master and just learn the last final move so that I could whoop this dude. Like he just goes, yeah, let me just get my finisher real quick, and then I'll BRB, and then I'll be back. And his finisher is just all of the moves done at once. I would have to put this dude at the S tier. It's crazy how like Rurouni Kenshin and Luffy looks kind of the same. This is my tier list of anime main characters. This is where I would kind of put them. In my opinion, I know that some of these you would probably rearrange this in your own way. Go ahead, make your own tier list. I don't care. This is my opinion. Sounds like a you problem. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This is how much I love One Piece, y'all. Like, look at this cup that I have. This could be my thumbnail right here. Alright, we're cool.